One thing that really helped me when I was really struggling to get moving with ankylosing spondylitis, especially when I was first diagnosed and I was really dealing with joint pain, stiffness and tightness, and I was finding it really hard to get going on an exercise program. I would try different things. I would try different yoga classes, fitness classes, but they were all too long, right? I would go to these hour-long classes and I'd be too sore afterwards. I'd be discouraged because I was even trying beginner classes, right? And I was in the health and fitness industry. So in my mind, I said, if I can't even do a beginner's class, how will I ever get going? How will I ever get started? How will I know what exercises to do? And everything changed for me when I realized I really need to build this at the beginning. I need to find things that purely loosen me up. I can't worry about doing it all at once. I can't overnight, we can't get moving overnight in a way that's going to cure us, but over time we need to find ways we can consistently move, consistently break up the tension just to feel better. So I reworked my whole brain around working out, which was completely different for me because being a personal trainer, I always thought, we have to work out for an hour, we have to have a warm-up, a strength set, a cool down. All that stuff is great for some people. An hour workout's great, a long yoga class is great, but for me, I started to build on these mini routines like I'm doing now, just kind of walking around my yard. I'm going to do some stretches with the walking, and I'm just going to do a couple minutes worth. And over time, I started to build on these mini routines, and I really found the power of movement in small doses. And that's how we build on the flexibility. And for strength training, I started to utilize different things, flexibility with strength. So I wasn't just doing all of something for an hour. I was really breaking it up throughout the day. And my body really fed off that movement, fed off that energy, and over time I was able to build it. So if you're just starting out, if you're really just having a hard time getting started, try to think about fitness a little differently. Don't worry about what you see out there. Everything changed for me when I stopped worrying about all the movement I had to do. And I really thought I have to move as much as I can to really help myself because, man, my body's going to fuse together. I'm going to be stiffer and tighter over time. But when I took a step back and really incrementally increased the movement, that's how I got started. So a couple minutes here and there, work up things that feel good for you. Everyone's going to be different in that regard. For me, it's the walking around the yard, walking around the house, the modified stretches, and that's the base. That's the foundation of my program, just these low impact movement routines. And that led me to be able to strength train in the future and do other things that I enjoy doing. But my main approach is this foundation of just moving around, feeling good. So rework how you think about it, do your best, keep going, my friends.